All right, so I want to talk to you about my favorite head strap that I've got so far for the Quest 3. And I have a bunch of them. You can see behind me. I have 3 other head straps I want to talk about. But if you don't feel like watching a whole video on the history of all the head straps I've tried for my Quest 3 so far, I'll tell you right off the bat, it's the Aubika fast charging head strap for my Quest 3. It's on Amazon. I'll have an affiliate link down below if you want to buy it. But some of these other ones I think are also worth considering. But for me, this one is my favorite. So let me go through the history of my head straps and tell you some funny, interesting stories about them and why I ended up on the Aubika. So if we start here, this is the official Elite head strap from Meta. And if you saw my other video about this, you'll know that it failed. This has happened for a lot of people. And I actually think right now, Meta is not even selling this. I think they canceled selling this because they were failing for so many people that they just stopped selling it because they didn't want to have to keep replacing them. And I finally got a refund for this. Make sure you hit like and get subscribed if you want to hear the whole story about how Meta actually banned me from using the Quest App Store to buy apps for my Meta Quest. I'm going to have that in a future video. But yeah, this stopped working. And if this had worked, I would have just used this. I love it. It's comfortable. The battery works nicely. The headset knows that you have an additional battery strapped in, and it updates the UI and everything to show you like, oh, you have 100%, and it includes what this battery has and the internal battery. It was just a really nice experience, but this thing is dying for, I mean, it's probably close to 50% of people, it seems like, and doesn't work. So if this is available, $130 is incredibly expensive. Don't buy this. It's too expensive and it fails. I'm sure they'll fix it eventually, but I spent multiple months trying to get my money back. And obviously you can see I still have it. I would have gladly returned it, but they just gave me a refund. I'll talk about that in a future video. So I liked this one, but it broke. Next, I got the Bobo. And this is the Bobo M3. So this is the one for the Quest 3. And this was kind of highly revered. All the well-known VR people were like, oh, Bobo's the best. You got to get the Bobo and etc. Now it has, what's really nice is these different batteries that you can hot swap. So you can plug this in all by itself and grab another battery and put that on there. And then it will, you can keep playing almost indefinitely basically, because you could keep switching these batteries out and charging them as you're playing. If you want to play for 6 hours, trading off with different people or whatever. The problem is these older batteries that were meant for the Quest 2, and these companies are just bringing over and using with the Quest 3, they don't quite have enough power to charge the Quest at the same time as you're using it. So I found for me, I would lose over 2 hours if I had this plugged into the Quest. And you plug this into the Quest, but if I had this charging the Quest or powering the Quest, over 2 hours, I'd lose like a couple percent. So for me, this would still, if I'm swapping these batteries out, extend my headset from, the hour and a half or so that I was getting before to hours and hours and hours of gameplay. I took this to a couple parties where we played for like 4 hours straight or 3 hours straight, just passing the headset around to different people and never had a problem switching between these batteries. So it's cool. It's also very comfortable. It's kind of this more like baseball cap style thing where it rests up here and here. For me, it's not my favorite style though of headset. And these batteries also make this, this one didn't just do it. Is it dead or something? Yeah, this battery's probably dead. Makes this really loud ding I don't like, and then there's a buzzing when it's plugged in when you're above a certain percentage on your Quest headset. So for me, it's not my favorite, but I think for some people, this was the best at the time when I got it. There wasn't really anything else available or anything as good as this, but this just style of going on the head is not my favorite. So moved on from that, and I got this. Now this one is called the BinBoach or something. So this is the BinBoach VR T3 magnetic battery pack head strap. So this is similar to the Quest Pro, the Elite strap, the Elite battery from Quest, except this can actually come off just like the Bobo. And you can take this off. And when you buy this by default, it is, right now it's $58 on Amazon. It comes with just this one, but you can get the more expensive one, and it will come with 2 of these batteries and a charging stand so that you can, hot swap the batteries just like on the Bobo. It does also, and their battery stand, like you set this on like it's magnetic, you don't have to plug it in. You can also just plug this in if you want. So for me, I got this and the Elite strap style, so where it just goes on your head in the back, and then you have the headset here and it kind of ratchets to your face. You just squish it in. That's, for me personally, the style I prefer. So I think I find this more comfortable than the Bobo style, and I just like it better. I think it's easier to take on and off. It's faster, whatever. Now, the problem I had with this Number one, I don't tend to play long enough where I need to be hot swapping batteries, although I think it's a really cool option. My problem with this is, number one, this ratcheting mechanism. Let's see if I can do it without the headset on. So you can see I'm making it bigger, and then it will just kind of go back when you push on it. And so sometimes when I take the headset off, I would accidentally push it together, and then it would mess up the size, and that was kind of annoying to me. The other thing is I'd grab here to take this off of my head, and when I'd pull, this would kind of come off or partially come off. So overall, if you really like the Elite Strap style and you really need hot swappable batteries, I think you'd get used to gripping this the correct way so you weren't always pulling this battery off. But for me, it was getting annoying. And this also has the same problem as the Bobo in that it's not quite powerful enough to like charge the headset while you're gaming. And I think there's still a lot of weirdness going on with that, just so you know. But this one is, okay, stop beeping, go away. This one also has that weirdness of like, maybe it charges the headset, but you probably lose a little percentage as you're playing, even though that's charging it and plugged in or whatever. So I ended on what I told you at the beginning of the video, the Aubika fast charging head strap for MetaQuest 3. These names are terrible. This is an 8,000 milliamp hour battery. Now this battery is not hot swappable. It is locked into this strap. It's the Elite style. You can do the bending, which for me, I don't really like to do that much, but you can do the bending. I know some people like that. And you can put it on. It's got, you know, the circle back here. You can loosen or tighten it. And so I can put that on and I can crank that and tighten it. And bam, now it's on. Just for me, it's so simple. I love this style of headset. I find it a lot more comfortable. You can, you know, not put this on if you don't want, although I don't know how well that would work. The big thing here is this one can actually charge the headset while you're playing. So I've used this for, you know, I don't know, lots of hours now. And I found that while playing VR online, I was talking to my buddy, we played for, I think, 2 hours straight or so. My Quest was at a higher percentage when I ended than when I started. I don't have the numbers for you. I think in the 2 hours of playing, I gained like 6 or 7% battery on the headset itself. And then of course this was draining charging it. But this actually can charge fast enough, in my experience, to increase the percentage on your headset while you're gaming. Again, I never found an issue with those other ones where you would slowly lose percentage because the percent loss of battery in the headset compared to what this battery was putting out on those other ones, it was just so slow. It would take, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours before you'd still have battery here, and this would need more than it was getting. But if that's a concern for you, this one will actually charge the headset at the same time as you're using it. Now this one is $70 on Amazon right now. That's what I paid for it. And it works really well. The reviews on it were really good. I have a buddy in the UK who also bought this one, and he is liking it a lot. It can, after a long time, you can get a little bit of discomfort here, or at least for me personally, whereas I didn't notice that as much with the Bobo, but overall, I just prefer this style so much that I'm willing to put up with that. So I'll have links in the description to the other headsets that I mentioned in case those are more your style or you're interested in those. But for me, this is the one I'm sticking with long term now. I don't plan on buying any more headsets. I'm going to return the other one, the BinBoach. I'm going to return that one because I just don't like it that much. And I'm going to stick with the Aubika. I really like it. Hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave those down below, and you'll see me in the next video.